What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Nyad, the new sports biographical drama film about Diana Nyad, the long distance swimmer, out now on Netflix, starring Annette Bening as Diana Nyad and Jodie Foster as her friend and coach Bonnie Stoll. This film is directed by Elizabeth Chai Fasarhelyi and Jimmy Chin, who both were the co-directors famously of Free Solo, the documentary, but this is the two of them together on a feature. And yeah, this film premiered back at Telluride earlier this year and is out now on Netflix after a small token theatrical release per Netflix standards. And yeah, I thought this was solid film, compulsively watchable, familiar beats, doesn't really rise above the kind of formula, but the subject matter, the story is entertaining, is compelling. This is the latest effort from Annette Bening, later in life, attempting, I think, to find a Oscar-worthy role. Look and just kind of think back on her, last handful of movies, right? 20th Century Women, Film Stars Don't Die at Liverpool, The Report, Nyad. She keeps going for awardsy fare. She's not quite finding like the right film. I think Nyad. It's definitely a good attempt, but this film I think just doesn't quite rise up to like be like that special of a movie in terms of like the upper echelon of like awards contenders, and thus as a result, I'm not expecting Annette Bening to sneak in to Best Actress. But it's really no shot against her. I think she's good in the film because this film, to its credit, does a good job of portraying Diana Nyad's prickly nature, the fact that she was just kind of an asshole, self-described at that, and narcissist, self-absorbed person, all of that. The movie is about that, so you have to kind of let your hair down, I think, to act as a character like that to someone who's unlikable. Jodie Foster, I think, is probably the big takeaway from the movie. She's just kind of awesome as Bonnie Stoll, who is Nyad's longtime friend. They play off each other really well, despite the fact that they have different personalities, and Diana's so demanding. I also really like Rhys Ifans as John Bartlett, the navigator they have on the ship, because this film, of course, is about Diana Nyad's attempt as a marathon swimmer to swim from Cuba to Key West, Florida, a swim of 110 miles, a swim that had not been done before unaided without any assisting equipment. And Nyad had, become famous for doing various distance swims, and because she has such a big personality, had become pretty famous and successful in her career. But in 1978, at age 28, she had failed to do this swim. And now, in 2013, at age 64, she finds the inspiration to attempt to do this again. And that's basically what this film is about. And we see multiple attempts felled by bad weather, storms, jellyfish stings, just physical failure, etc. And it quickly becomes, I think, clear that like the movie is gonna have downs and ups and downs, and then she'll eventually succeed at the end. Like, it's not much of a spoiler, really. You see it coming the whole time, but she realizes that she needs to be more grateful to her team because she can't do without her team, even the fact that she's so demanding and commanding of the people that help her along the way. I don't think there's a whole lot of subtext after that. Again, pretty watchable, well done. I think if one thing that didn't quite work for me is they try and present like Diana Nyad's frame of mind as she's doing these these long distance swims. She, of course, would say that she would count to herself. She would sing whole songs in her mind, just to keep her sanity and keep herself focused as she's doing, swimming for hours on end, 2 days in a row, basically. The like kind of like fantastical stuff of like watching her be under the sea and imagining things, that doesn't really come across that well. And I think like that's kind of the missing piece of this movie, maybe being bigger than what it currently is. And I just don't think the filmmakers really had the right structure to kind of communicate that. Also, one thing, in reading more about the story is it'd be interesting if the film had I did a bit of a postscript post the success of the swim, and obviously all the acclaim and fame that followed with it. Again, making the swim happen at age 64, or I think it was age 65, whenever she got it done. This swim has been doubted by the distance swimming community, and Diane Nyad's a polarizing figure due to her personality and the way she moves and goes about things. It'd be interesting to see that in the movie because the movie's not afraid to show Dan Nyad's flaws. It's hardly a hagiography, but that would, I think, gone hand in hand with the movie. It'd be kind of interesting, kind of how like Captain Phillips, post, or sorry, not Captain Phillips, Sullenberger, the Tom Hanks movie, kind of going to court after successfully saving people's lives with the river landing of the plane, right? I don't know, different kind of structure, different kind of movie. Just kind of an interesting thought that like that's kind of left on the cutting room floor with this movie. It is definitely a piece of the story. But alas, it's Nyad. I don't think it's an Oscar contender for really anyone involved. Jodie Foster probably has the best chance of anyone as a supporting actress. But yeah, solid watch for a solid story. Definitely a story worth dramatizing in film. But yeah, that's Nyad out now on Netflix. I think Netflix is going to have some bigger awards contenders than this, and we'll be talking about those as they come out. But let me know how you feel about Nyad, and for more movie reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.